So I saw the final episode of season 2 of Invincible. Now, I have been loving the show thus far. I thought season 1 was the chef's kiss, okay? I thought that the how they showed Omni-Man, the growth of him, all that entire process, the switch, everything was just masterfully done, in my opinion. Of him waiting for him to get superpowers, just for him to hey, join me in taking over the world, was really great. How that ended, the final episode of season 1 was a masterpiece, in my opinion. We take into account season 2. Now I'm expecting, obviously, right? I'm expecting bigger and greater. I think season 2 was good. I think the final episode of season 2 was a bit lackluster to me, because I went back, I saw it a few times just to double check, right? Make sure to refresh my memory. And a lot of it was just walkie-talkie, honestly. It was just, back and forth. And the issue that I had was the villain, right? The big brain dude. I'm sorry, I don't care about this guy at all. His story really didn't pull my heartstrings, because we had just seen a whole bunch of people get slaughtered in, episode 1. Like, all of that going down. Like, Omni-Man, bashing his son. And then to transfer that to, some rando black guy who's talking about, you killed my family, you're a monster in all the dimensions. It's just okay, I don't really know your family. I didn't have any established connection with your family. I don't really even know you that well, to be honest with you. I thought you were going to be like a fleeting character. I didn't know you were going to build up into something, that you are right now. And then him holding hostage the mom and, the son. I get it, but it just didn't have the same impact on me. It pulled here and there, him, throwing the mom to the ground, or the arm breaking and everything. But in totality, it was weak sauce to me, because how they went about it was, him teleporting Mark into these different planets. Now, I did like the references. I thought the references were awesome, whether it was Spider-Man, whether it was Batman, whether it was, a variety of references, The Walking Dead. I thought that was freaking great. I believe that was pulled directly from the comics. But when it comes to the action, there wasn't any action. When it comes to big brain dude versus Mark, he's underpowered. And I get the whole, comparison between, him constantly not wanting to be his father. I'm not my father. I'm not my father. And, despite his actions, but his actions didn't seem like they had any impact. They seemed like there was no repercussions, because finally him doing what he's doing, I thought there was going to be some punishment for this. Okay, well, this is a punishment for your actions. And then sure enough, okay, well, that's no longer the case. It just, everything from the relationship to the dissolvement of that to Omni-Man, it just was just all over the place. And how it ends with Omni-Man saying with what he said, and I'm not gonna repeat it, but it was just it just felt all over the place. It really was what's going on here? Because this big bad guy that y'all have been holding out for this entire time really wasn't that big, and he really wasn't that bad. So if it didn't feel like a payoff, right? When season 1, that felt like a payoff, okay? An extreme payoff. But season 2, it didn't feel like a payoff. And I'm okay, I'm not really sure how this is gonna end. I haven't read the comics, but I'm also kind of meh. Before, it was I have to see every single episode when it comes out. I have to, I must. I'm gonna binge watch this. But I would say season 3, it doesn't, unless they do something crazy, introduce some new dynamics to the script or something, and the characters, I don't care anymore. Because now Omni-Man has become a big softie. Mark is, dealing with his issues. And I don't know who to follow. Because I feel like we've already reached the pinnacle of Mark. We've already reached the, pinnacle of Omni-Man. I'm sure Omni-Man is eventually gonna die or something. There's gonna be some other death. But as far as that grotesque violence, I don't see who is gonna be the catalyst for that. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the story. Hopefully season 3 is amazing, or at least better than season 2. But right now it's kind of meh. And it kills me to say that. It's kind of meh. The animation, it was good in certain parts, but I'll say this, without characters to drive the animation, it's good animation, it's cool, But if I don't feel anything behind the characters and the story and the narrative that you're trying to put on display with this animation, you're using this animation as an engine to tell your story. But if I don't care about the story and the animation is not like, doing anything crazy, then it's just like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, it's good animation. I'm not gonna knock it, but the story, I'm not really feeling the characters. I'm just not. There weren't those scenes where it's like, wow. Right? I think there were many of those scenes in season 1 where it was just like, wow. Because I know there were certain shots, especially in the ending, where I had to rewind it and see the bam, and the impact. It's like, okay, let's look at this, him punching him, as grotesque as it was. But I was like, yo, let me frame through this. This looks like some amazing animation. There wasn't a moment in time in season 2 where I was like, I want to frame through that and see how they move the frames and the spacing. That didn't seem to be the case. I could be wrong, but that's my take on season 2 of Invincible. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you enjoyed it, whether you're looking excited for season 3, or if there's something else we should be watching. Anyways, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think regards to the animation of season 2. Was it subpar, or was it? I just don't think they really they gave the animators a chance to show off their talent. I think that's what it was. It was just very, very tamed as opposed to season 1. But here's looking for season 3. Well, until next time, guys, keep animating.